Matt and Friends Drink the Universe is proudly sponsored by the Poppins Travel Company. Whether you're traveling across the universe like us or right here on planet Earth, it's always a good idea to have an expert to help you plan your trip. For your travel experts, look no further than the Poppins Travel Company. They'll help you book your next adventure or vacation, and the best part is they'll do your travel planning for free. To schedule a virtual appointment with one of their highly qualified travel agents, visit their website, www.poppistravelcompany.com. That's www.poppistravelcompany.com, or call them at 407-494-4070. That's 407-494-4070. Hello, listeners. We're all here to have fun.
But we'd like to take a moment to encourage you to always drink responsibly.
Never drink and drive.
If you have a complicated relationship with alcohol or other substances and you want to talk about it,
you can call 1-800-662-4357 for support.
Thank you for listening.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff.
Welcome to Matt and Friends Drink the Universe.
Welcome back, everyone, to Matt and Friends Drink the Universe. Our table today is full of bourbon. The room smells like bourbon. There's a lot of bourbon, and that's because we are doing some
Rocket Rankings!
That's one small sip for man, one giant taste for mankind.
That's my audition for the lead singer position for Black Sabbath right there, since it's now vacant. Rest in peace, Ozzy.
What a wild way to open.
Yes.
Giving away when we recorded this with that.
Plugging himself for Black Sabbath.
That's all right. Yeah. That's the phone call that will never happen, and I'm perfectly cool with that. So we have 10 bourbons that we are going to taste, and Drinking the Universe today with me, I have
Josh,
Chris, and Andy.
And there's a lot of bourbon, fellas.
Yo, it's crazy.
All right, I have here the list of these 10 bourbons that I definitely brought into the room with me to get started here. Totally did not leave it out in the kitchen at all. Nothing but professionalism here.
and we have these listed by proof. We're starting lowest proof, going to highest proof to protect our palates.
So first off, we have Bib Tucker Double Char. We have Noble Bourbon from Nomad Distilling. We have Buffalo Trace. We have Elmer T. Lee and Weller 12. So that's our Buffalo Trace segment, apparently. We have the Clover Single Barrel. Evan Williams Bottled in Bond. We have Baker's 7 Single Barrel. Maker's Mark Private Collection. Ooh, fancy. And Brothers Bond, which is cask strength. This list was in order of ABV.
There's only one budget-friendly bourbon on there, or budget bourbon, if you will, and that would be the Evan Williams. So convention would say that would probably be towards the bottom of our ranking list.
I always like the surprises, though. I'm going to hope that one comes in at like a solid 5, just to see what happens here. I'm thinking that the Elmer or the Weller are going to end up towards the top.
Russell's, I've never had anything bad from Russell's, so I wouldn't count that out being towards the top.
I've never had the Bib Tucker, the Double Char.
Bib and Tucker.
Bib and Tucker, sorry.
That's going to be pretty smoky because it's a super, super dark charred barrel on that one.
Color on that one, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo Trace more than likely won't be at the top of the list, I think, because it's all familiar to everybody for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, Buffalo Trace will probably be maybe somewhere in the middle.
So we're thinking Evan Williams might be...
Sure, we'll call that last.
All right, we're going to call that last.
If I was going to go next, I would probably go with the Noble because it's made here in Pennsylvania, and I wouldn't say we're necessarily known for our bourbons.
Yeah, it's nothing that's going to wow anybody. I brought it because I think it is a really good example of what you can do in Pennsylvania.
Sure.
You can find different rye profiles and mix them together and turn something really nice.
Okay.
I mean, aren't we the state responsible for the Whiskey Rebellion? Wasn't that our state, our noble history here?
This is tough. The Maker's Mark Private Collection could be amazing. I imagine it's going to be pretty good, right? You want to go with Brothers Bond Cask Strength next? I don't know much about that one.
Yeah, or the Bakers.
All right.
All right.
Put those two next in some order, 8 and 7.
All right. We got
And also the Bib Tucker. I mean, it all depends on how smoky this is. If you don't like that as a profile, you're probably not going to like it at all.
Sure. Put Bib Tucker, round out our bottom 5. All right. Then what do we have left?
So we have the Clover, the Buffalo Trace, Elmer, and Weller. And
Are we going to put Buffalo Trace stuff in our top 3?
the Maker's Private?
I'd put Buffalo Trace next.
Yeah,
That's
I was
what
just
I would
going to
do.
say.
That's
Right?
definitely
Yeah.
mid-range.
All right. So Buffalo Trace 5.
The Clover is probably a curveball. I don't imagine any of you have tried that before.
No.
never
I think it's
seen it.
really good, but we can go with that next.
Josh, a little self-aggrandizing there. Out of 4. Okay. The Weller 12 out of 3.
And that would leave us.
The Elmer and the Maker's Private.
I'll put the Makers,
Put the Makers next. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not going to wow anybody, but it was just a rare collection piece that I had.
All right. And
Go ahead. Put your favorite at the top.
what? The Elmer T. Lee?
Put your predetermined favorite at the top. Yep.
Hey, I am always open to. I'm just hoping I can still taste things by
Well,
the time we get
Yeah,
there.
we really need to blind taste these one day. We need to have somebody put them in front of you and see.
We did that last time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we were surprised by a few things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Matt was already out there talking about how he got it at a good deal, but, in the secondary market, it's real expensive for the Elmer T. Lee. So I think that, that plays into everybody's
Yeah, psyche.
psyche when
Yeah.
they're tasting it. I like to, when I taste accounts on wines, I try and do it before I show them prices, because sometimes a $10 bottle of wine really surprises people. And they're
Yep.
like, hey, this is really good.
Of
I'm
course.
like, yeah, it's only $10. Like, okay, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
We know what we're drinking today.
All right. So we have the Bib Tucker Extra Charcoal number 1.
That is not what it says. So
No,
double char.
This is double char.
Matt's going to make up new things about every
Oh
one
my
of these.
It'll
gosh.
be wonderful.
Can't wait to drink charcoal. Here we go.
Well, Andy,
go.
you want to read us? Don't you have a little bit of a
The
description
Grillin'
or
Man's
something?
Bourbon.
Yeah, so this is one of mine that I brought in. The Bib Tucker Double Char Bourbon. It's exactly what it sounds like, and the degree to which a distiller chars a fresh white American oak barrel before filling it with a spirit meant for maturation. It has to be a minimum of 5 months. This is 88 proof, which is actually kind of low for bourbon. Cheers.
Cheers.
plancha? Cheers.
Oh, yeah, it hits. Not too smoky, though. Not going to lie to you.
I get more of the smoke at the back end.
I'm going to go a sip, and then I'm going to put like 2 drops of water in it and then take another sip. I feel like often that first sip you take is just the alcohol burn that you
Punch
get
it.
mostly.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
And you'll open up a lot more flavors on the
See,
second.
like I like the smokiness. So I'm a fan of that.
I'm just tracking on my phone so you all know where I'm ranking things. So I
There
have
you go.
some method
Yeah.
of doing so.
I'm going to do the same.
Sure. You're ranking this first so far?
Josh is sticking water with spoons and stuff like he's drinking English tea over here.
Listen, man,
He's gonna start reading a book to us now.
I know
too.
how this goes. And what's the price on this in Pennsylvania?
$54.99 it looks like. Not horrendous. I mean, middle of the road. There is definitely that char taste. It reminds me a little bit of like Johnny Walker Double Black.
This is more punchy.
It
You
tastes like
think?
a little bit of sugar maple, like almost like a little, not overbearing.
Yeah, I mean, it's low proof for what I
Yeah.
want as a sipper. It's just with the low proof, it doesn't really stick with you. The finish isn't really memorable, if you will.
Yeah, I mainly like the finish to me is just the burn. I don't really
Yeah.
have
Okay.
that palate flavor.
There's nothing off-putting about it
No.
at all. It's,
No.
It's solid. All right, I'm gonna down my ranking.
So far, it's in first and last place for me,
Oh.
as it has no competitors.
All right, so what do we have second, Matt?
That's the Noble. I will say I enjoy this. I like a smoke or a little char on mine.
Yeah, same here.
I enjoy that.
Very, very moderate sweetness too.
All right, our next one here is Noble Bourbon. I brought this one. And
This is the PA one, right?
this is from PA, yeah. We got this up in Jim Thorpe. Although, where did we say they're
Williamsport.
in Williamsport?
Yeah, which is fitting because the Little League World Series is going on there right now.
Ooh, who
So
knew?
I'm going to read this off their website because it's really interesting. So it says, while other bourbons commonly make do with just 3 grains, we use 4 in our blend: corn, wheat, rye, barley. Selecting a high rye and wheated bourbon to blend yields something truly unique, and we believe you'll immediately see why that 4 grains makes a difference. It's smooth with a touch of spice, making this bourbon perfect for sipping. Take a load off and enjoy.
All right.
Like Spinal Tap vibes. This bourbon goes to 4 grain.
I mean, first thing I notice, the color is wildly lighter than
That's a good
the
point.
last one.
Yeah.
Now, the last one was a double charred barrel,
Yeah.
but even I would say this is very light for a lot of bourbons. I wonder how long they aged this for.
That is such a right turn from the char.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it is. Very mild tasting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very Scotch-esque, which you said there's barley
Yeah.
in it, right? Super light,
Doers vibes? Anybody else with the Doers vibes? Maybe a little?
which is a blended Scotch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that I've started really liking blendeds because they're easier to sip. You know, you're not getting punched in the face with the burn. They have like a little bit of spice to this particular blend, which is nice.
Yeah, I don't think the bourbon enthusiast is going to go for this. I think, like you said, it drinks more like a blended Scotch or a blended whiskey. It's nice. It's just not what I want when I want bourbon.
Yeah, it seems like more of a mixer to me.
I also don't know. So that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
I don't know that it would stand up
Okay.
in a cocktail because it's so delicate.
That's a good point, yeah.
I would not use this in a cocktail.
Yeah, this would be a sipper,
Okay.
just not a sipper for people that are like hardcore bourbon drinkers. More of a, hey, you're a Scotch guy, try this.
Okay.
You might like this.
I could see this being like a bourbon and water situation. Like that kind of thing. Cut it with a little water, smooth right
Sure.
out. You get all the alcohol, very little flavor.
Yeah.
We
and
have
you
water
could
right
still
there.
claim
You
to
can
be
try it.
drinking bourbon. It's one
It opened up nice with a drip or two of water in there.
Hmm.
All right, number
All right.
three.
Number three.
Oh,
We're
I gotta
not
put
doing
this on my ranking sheet.
We're not doing transitional material today, folks. We are at Buffalo Trace here. This one's going for about roughly $30 in the great state of Pennsylvania. If you're outside of Pennsylvania and trying to find it on the secondary market, it might be a little bit more than that. But if you're paying a lot more than that, you're probably paying too much for it.
This is the elusive Buffalo Trace. For no real good reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's elusive, but it, you know,
The
people
one that
love
they
it.
keep behind the counter at the liquor stores.
That was it. That's your whole description, what the cost is?
Well, okay. So as Chris pointed out earlier, my homework doing, back in the day was not always on par with expectations. So yesterday, Josh said, can you all prepare it'd be a good idea if we put one or two sentences about our bourbon together. So I grabbed ChatGPT as we sat down and said, give me some sentences here.
Ay.
I verified-ish. So Buffalo
Ish.
Trace.
He just threw it right out.
Oh my gosh.
So Buffalo Trace is one of the oldest continually operating distilleries in the United States, traces its roots back to about the 1700s, became known under its current name around 1999, and is producing a wide range of acclaimed bourbons. This is their kind of generalized flagship, if you will. It is the Buffalo Trace. They also own Weller and Elmer T, and what else am I?
E.H. Taylor,
E.H.,
Pappy.
Blanton's. So all of that.
So they kind of own all the bigwigs in the bourbon industry.
Pretty much, yeah. If you
Okay.
can't find
I mean,
it on
it's-
the shelves, it's probably owned by Buffalo Trace.
I
I
gotcha.
believe they're owned by Sazerac as well, which has
They
even
are.
a bigger, giant footprint. So,
Yes.
And
So-
it's all the same, just in different
I
bottles.
need you to do something for me while we're tasting this.
What?
Type into ChatGPT, explain Buffalo Trace bourbon to a 5-year-old and see what comes up. I've seen this trend on Reddit.
Are you
It's some
serious?
really
Oh,
funny stuff.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was like people that were like, some guy was a data analyst and he was
Okay.
like, his kid was asking him what his job
What
is.
you do.
Yeah.
And he asked ChatGPT, explain my job to a 5-year-old. And he wrote on Reddit, he's like, I'm having an existential crisis now because the ChatGPT basically said a data analyst counts things for people who don't want to count things themselves. And he was like, and I sat back and thought about it, and I couldn't refute any of that. It's like that was about as concise as it could be.
All right. This is actually pretty good.
Okay.
Buffalo Trace is like a grown-up's special juice made from corn, wheat, and barley, which are grains, kind of like the ones in cereal. The people at Buffalo Trace have been making it for a really long time, letting it sit in wooden barrels so it picks up yummy flavors like sweet caramel and vanilla. Grown-ups drink it slowly, kind of like how you'd enjoy hot cocoa. But it's only for adults because it is very strong.
I love it.
Done well. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And it's
Oh.
absolutely right because when you smell the nose of this, you get the vanilla, like the sugary caramel vanilla.
Oh, yeah. This is like vanilla extract. You get a ton of it.
It's one of the reasons why I love it so much.
It's been said on this podcast 6,000 times. Matt likes sweet things. This is why this is one of my
Maybe
favorite
we're just
bourbons.
5-year-olds.
That's why you prefer bourbon over a rye, right? Bourbons are going to be sweet because they're made from corn mostly, and corn has a high sugar content. And so we get these sweet notes out of bourbon, and that's why I like ryes in my cocktails more, because I can get more punchy notes that'll actually stand up to all of the ingredients I want to put in a cocktail.
I will say this is normally what I use when I make old fashions.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes one hell of an old fashioned compared to some of the other stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, how do you make an old fashioned? Walk us through Matt's old fashioned.
Matt's old fashioned?
Uh-oh.
Do you want precise measurements? Because
No.
I have to look. I've been
Nope, I don't
tweaking mine
need.
for a
I don't
while.
need precise measurements.
So bourbon, I like to muddle up a sugar cube at the bottom.
Of course you do.
I have used simple syrup, but I just like to go with a straight sugar cube. Sometimes I'll do like 2. I like mine very sweet. So
Okay.
on top of that, I will do orange bitters and regular bitters and peel of orange.
Love it. I was afraid you were going to say you smash a
Cherry
an
on the bottom.
orange and a,
No,
and a bright red cherry in the bottom, and do the Midwestern old fashioned.
Well, as I
No
was
offense to anyone in the Midwest who's listening.
well, as I was just bitching up a storm about yesterday, my Luxardo cherries that I had went bad, and I did not use them in enough time.
It went bad.
I don't believe it. He
They
texted
were
me
sour.
and said,
I had
"How
one, it
long
was
are these
sour."
good?" I said, "Open them. If they're
Infinite.
moldy, they're not. They're fine." I said,
You
"If
said
they're
if they're-
not moldy, they're fine."
Okay.
And he opened them and he said, "They smell sour." And I was like, "Just taste one."
I tasted 2. They tasted sour. I was like,
They are cherries.
Yeah, like that.
I think
they
they were
are
probably fine, but he
I
threw
did
them away.
not taste correct.
weird.
I do
Did you
normally
leave
put,
the jar open at one point?
No, it's been sitting in this room.
Well, he
now.
did have them in this room, which is approximately 900 degrees.
3,000.
Yeah,
Do they need to
Yeah.
be refrigerated after opening?
No.
No.
The thing is, the good ones, right?
Yeah.
The good ones will like crystallize if you put them in the fridge.
Okay.
But room temperature is generally pretty good for
Yeah, you
them.
don't want them to be like in a hot room.
They
Yeah.
But
say
they
that
don't
you're
need to
only
be cold.
supposed to use them for like a couple weeks after you open them, but there is such a high sugar content in there that nothing can live in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't grow bacteria in there if you tried.
Yeah.
So they're more likely to ferment than
Not even. You can't get yeast
Yeah.
to live in there.
well.
This is very
There'll
good.
be a whole bunch of the cherries left. That's
This
it.
goes straight to the top of the list out of the three that
I agree.
the 3 that we had so far.
To add to my old fashioned, just so you know, I normally throw a maraschino cherry in there and a little cherry juice. Not a lot, just dribble it like whatever I
Like
pick
the
up.
thick syrup or the bright
Just-
red cherries.
No, like the maraschino cherry, like
Yeah,
the
like-
juice right out of the. Like I'll
Well,
pick one up as
Those,
a little
those are the
juice.
bright red ones.
Those are the bright red ones,
Yeah.
the cheapo ones.
No, the Luxardos.
Like, sorry, well, you said maraschino. Those like I was
They are
picturing those
maraschino
bright red.
cherries.
Okay, I was picturing the bright red ones.
No, not
Yeah,
not those.
the ones that go on top of your ice cream sundae.
No, not those.
Yeah, okay.
Give me a
oh my
little
gosh,
credit.
you put 2 sugar cubes and the cherry
I
syrup, which
said
is
I
just
like
more
them-
sugar.
I said I like them sweet.
My
I
goodness
don't-
gracious,
not a
you're
lot of
drinking
the-
candy.
Not a lot of the cherry syrup though. Whatever I get, which comes out with one
Not a lot
cherry,
is key.
it goes
Not a lot.
back in.
He likes a little.
He uses 1
bourbon
tablespoon
with his sugar.
He uses 1 tablespoon to get his cherry out, and he's like, "Bob, a little syrup left in there. I got it. I'll just pop it in there."
I use a
I'm gonna need to try one of these.
I use a serving spoon. Thank you very much.
He brought a drink over to my house last night, and it had Kool-Aid in it and a Kool-Aid rim, and he did it on purpose. It wasn't a roll for cocktail thing.
That's sweet.
It was
Dude.
surprisingly not bad.
The Kool-Aid drink we made
Yeah,
was the best, one of the best ones
this
we
was
had.
a gin-based like cherry limeade situation.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm putting that in between the Bib and the Noble.
Also, shout out to Cody's Eats and Sweets in Nazareth because we ate an incredible lunch beforehand of the cheesesteaks, ribeye cheesesteaks, and tomato pie before the
yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, great seeded rolls, ton of meat in those things,
The best cheesesteak in the Lehigh Valley, hands down.
and a tomato
And-
pie
and
that you could
tomato
put
pie.
on top of a king-size bed and use as a comforter. I think it was so big.
Apparently, I thought we could eat at least 15 slices
Yeah,
apiece, but
yeah.
it's all good.
Who wants to explain tomato pie for those that aren't from
Is it
Pennsylvania?
Corpalese? Is that what you
That's
were
it,
talking about?
Corpalese,
Yeah,
yes.
Corpalese is
That
the
is
one
my-
from out in
it is.
Philadelphia. They used to always advertise that on, like, I listen to sports radio.
Sure.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what tomato pie is, it is pizza sans cheese served cold, and it is delicious.
Room temperature.
We went to visit some friends in New York, and the one friend didn't know what tomato pie was and was kind of offended, and they actually got melted, and they actually got deli cheese to put on top of it. I was like, oh my god, no, that's not what you do.
All right, so Matt, you said you're putting it in between. What do you have as your top right now?
I have Bib as the top right
Okay.
now. Buffalo
So do I.
Trace after that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe I'll move it around. Although the Buffalo Trace, like I said, people are going to judge the shit out of me for this. I like
There's
to
gonna be
use
a lot
it.
of critiquing on us after this.
I like to use it as a mixer, so take that for what you will.
I think that's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one is fighting you on that.
Yet, by the way.
I feel
Listen,
like
I
there's
was-
some purist out there that's going to be deeply and morally offended by that.
Listen, I sat in a conference call once with the master distiller of Balvenie, and he was talking about how whiskey people can be dickhead gatekeepers, right?
Mhm.
And, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. And he's like, I make what I consider one of the finest single malt scotches in the world. And if you want to pour it over Coke and drink it that way, you drink it that way. I want you to drink my product. I don't care how you drink
you
it.
drink
it,
If you like it, drink it that way. I'm not here to tell you. So, in my opinion, if that guy says that I can drink Balvenie single malt scotch with Coke, then you can drink Buffalo Trace however you damn well please. And people can be mad about it if they want.
My dad's a huge Balvenie fan. If you heard that distant sound of a man falling over in Florida, that would be my dad thinking about pouring that over Coke right
Yeah,
now.
well, too bad. Maybe he hasn't tried it yet.
Okay, so that brings us up to the Elmer T. Lee.
Oh boy. This was the predetermined ranking in number 1, was it?
Yeah, this is where I feel that us not doing these blind would potentially hurt us because I have a bias for Elmer. I love
Okay.
Elmer T. Lee.
Yep.
It's really good. That's my opinion. You may all take a sip and go.
Very similar nose in this to the Buffalo Trace.
Yes.
Someone has my number 4 somewhere.
Oh, here it is. Shit, you saw me. I was trying to keep it for myself.
Mother.
So while you are sipping, the Elmer retails in the state here of Pennsylvania, depending on when you can get it, sometimes between like $40 and $80. The secondary market for this, we said 200 plus. I've normally seen it for 300 plus, but this one's rather popular. And
I'm telling your wife you spent $300 on this.
she knows that is not the truth. So Elmer T. Lee joined Buffalo Trace in 1949. He revolutionized the industry by introducing Blanton's in 1984. Fun fact, the first commercially available single-barrel bourbon, and later had his own namesake bourbon released in his honors. This is really in honor of his history as the master distiller for Buffalo Trace for many, many years that brought Buffalo Trace into the prominence that it is today. It is known for its balance of honey, vanilla, and a light fruit with a soft, spicy finish.
So this is 90 proof. I think the last 3 were all 90 proof. I think we started below, and then we're at 90 proof on these last 3. And this is a single barrel.
Yeah. I couldn't
see what the difference of the taste, the tasting profile was between that and the Buffalo Trace, but when you said that spice, it's that little subtle kind of spice to it.
To me, it's more the mid to back end on this one. You get that spice coming off the back.
This stays around much more than Buffalo Trace
good.
does.
Yeah. Oh, that is fantastic.
I get some citrus, like orange peel on the nose.
Yes. This one is, if I could find it on a regular basis, I would make it my go-to sipper, but this one is really hard to find. Maybe twice a year in Pennsylvania, you'll get it through a online release through the Wine and Spirits.
Okay.
Fine Wine and Good Spirits, as they like to refer to themselves. I take issue with that title. But the state-run liquor cartel will only put this one up twice a year.
Keeps the prices cheaper.
Decent wine and mid
Don't
spirits.
get me started on the PLCB. I will
So Chris,
go off on a 10-minute
however,
tangent.
is correct. You get it at MSRP. That's what you get it at.
Yeah.
So
And they still discount stuff occasionally.
Yes.
Now, you're not going to find rare stuff discounted, but,
They don't discount it. The supplier discounts it. The
Well, yeah.
supplier eats every piece of discount cost. See, you're getting me started here.
but
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. And
Josh
yes,
is rolling up his sleeves on his sleeveless
and
tank
yes,
top right now.
you can get bourbon when you can get it at a decent price compared to some other states, but you also pay more for most wine here than you would if you just jumped over the river and went to New Jersey.
yeah, wine is a whole different.
Yeah, it's so Pennsylvania. Fun fact: Pennsylvania is the largest single wine buyer in the world.
Really?
Because every single bottle of wine that you drink here in Pennsylvania, whether you buy it at the liquor store and bring it to your house, or you go to the restaurant or bar or venue and you buy it, has already been purchased by the state. And then if you get it at a restaurant, the restaurant had to buy it from the state, and then you buy it from them, which is why it ends up being more expensive because it's been purchased multiple times and it's not the same. So in New Jersey, right,
Jesus.
the
That's
liquor
really interesting.
the liquor store owner in New Jersey buys wine directly from the winery. and they mark it up one time. Here, the
So-
state buys it, marks it up, then you buy it, then mark.
Is that because we're the only state that does that?
No, there are about, I think, like 10 or 12,
Okay.
maybe 13 control states. It's called a control
Oh, I
state.
see.
It's just, I mean, the revenue for the state is crazy, which is why they'll
Sure.
never give it up.
Yep.
It kind of sucks for consumers because we don't have any variety, right?
Yeah,
Like you can
yeah.
go to a liquor store in New Jersey that specializes in French wines because
Yeah.
that's what the owner likes. And you can go to one here that specializes in rye because that's what the owner likes. Well, all of our liquor stores have one buyer and everything goes into every store
Okay.
with some small changes. There are a couple different tiers of stores.
Yeah.
There's like the really high end stores
Mhm.
that have some of the higher end wines that some of the lower end
gotcha.
stores
Okay.
don't have. But in general, it's all the same stuff on the shelves.
So before we get too far off track, does that mean if I go to like the grocery store here, which is like Giant or Wegmans locally, they have to buy from the state
Yeah,
to stock those shelves?
Yep.
Really?
Unless it's made in Pennsylvania. If the spirits are made in Pennsylvania or wine is made in Pennsylvania, then a licensee, a retail store and or a licensee, even just a regular person can buy it directly from them.
Yeah, that's
So-
why we can go to the distilleries and buy
Mhm.
bottles of it.
That
Yep.
makes sense. So that also makes sense as to why things are $2-ish more expensive typically at the grocery store.
Yeah.
So they have a very thin margin then. They have a very thin
super
margin.
like paper thin. It is crazy because they have to buy that bottle of Barefoot that they are selling in the grocery store has already been bought at retail price. Now they get a licensee discount because they have a license, so
Okay.
they get like 10% off.
Yeah,
But
that's
okay.
off of a $10 bottle, that's $1 off.
But you
right?
see, like, you
So-
see, like a winery like I just locally, like Franklin Hill, is in Wegmans. That's why it's like $12.
Yes, exactly.
Ah.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Well, see, I'm learning shit right
Yeah,
now.
now
right,
you're
yeah.
learning.
Look
Yep.
at us.
But the whole model was built on a convenience model. So
Oh, sure.
when they started doing the licensees for grocery stores and subsequently gas stations now,
Yep.
it was made to say to the residents of Pennsylvania, you're going to pay more, but now you're able to do the convenience of grocery shopping and get your liquor and get your wine rather in the same store.
Which is what every other state around us is like anyway.
Interesting.
But I will say this. The PLCB and the Pennsylvania government, they fought that as hard as they could. They didn't want that.
No.
Anyway, that's our little aside on the PLCB. Love them or hate them. I won't tell you which.
And back to the bourbon. Next up, we have Weller 12-year-old. So this is WL Weller 12. Part of the wheated bourbon family, originally crafted by William LaRue Weller, which if you can find a bottle of William LaRue, good luck, you're going to pay over $1,000 for that one. In the 19th century, it is celebrated for its smooth, rich profile and serves as a key component in the mash. The bill lineage also gives rise to Pappy Van Winkle. It delivers deep flavors of toffee, dark fruit, oak, with a long and mellow finish. And if you can find a bottle of Pappy, clearly there's none on my table today. So that tells you the state of that in Pennsylvania.
This is our
Also
first wheated
the-
bourbon of the day, right?
It is. Also, the state is
Well,
our budget.
no, I mean, Chris has had wheat in it.
Had wheat in it. Yeah.
They call this, it says it right on the bottle here, the original wheated bourbon. So it's bourbon, so it's got to be at least 51% corn.
Mhm.
I would just assume that, what's it say on the back here? He used wheat rather than rye as in the mash bill. So I'm assuming there's just corn and wheat in here. We're going to have another one when we get to Makers. Makers is a traditionally wheated bourbon. And even their private stuff, they're not really changing up their mash bill for that. Makers is probably like the most well-known wheated bourbon, but wheat tends to like soften the palate, I think.
Very much in this.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the nose, like in the last three with all of the Buffalo Trace ones, the nose of them doesn't change. But then the palate hits
Yeah.
completely different in all three of them.
You don't think the nose
What's the
is
proof?
different on this one than the Elmer?
And I apologize. I'm going to change what I said. So the first one was, what was the proof on that?
The Bib Tucker is 88.
And we went backwards. I'm sorry. I messed it up when I put them in order. The Noble Bourbon was 86
Was
proof.
lower. Yeah, okay.
And then the last three now, all three
Were 90.
were 90. 90.
Okay.
I think we start to quickly climb after this one.
Yeah, we're gonna take a right turn.
Uh-huh.
This one's not my favorite overall. Maybe it's just me, but
Yeah.
it's the back end on this one is different. So Buffalo Trace clearly has something going.
Yeah.
They've agreed on a barrel type, and then you get to the back end, and maybe it's just the heavy wheat in this one, but it's not my favorite. I would put this one down below the Bib as well. Right now, I'm going Elmer Bib Weller. That's where I am right now.
I don't taste anything, like you said, with the back end. It's so smooth. That's not my choice. You don't taste anything. It's very basic.
I see where you're going. There's a little bit of harshness on there on the back end. I don't know. I don't know what I would call it, but
It's strong. It sets heavy on my palate, even with a little drop of water in it. I just feel like it sits really heavy.
Yeah.
Again, the nose is really light, but then it's like much heavier, which for a wheated, I wouldn't have guessed for that.
yeah, which is probably why some of the bourbon enthusiasts like that. 'Cause they like, I mean, you talk to a lot of these bourbon enthusiasts.
Oh,
they're
they want
like,
you to-
I need 105 proof or more.
Yeah.
You know, I
Mhm.
need it to be really punching me in the face, which I think is part of like, if you always just sip bourbon neat, eventually your palate just gets used, like a 90 proof bourbon, you just,
Yeah, you feel like it's
nothing
water.
for
Yeah.
you. It's like
Yeah.
cigar smokers, right? Somebody who starts smoking cigars is going to start with something really light, and eventually they are going to graduate to medium-bodied and then fuller-bodied cigars that if they smoked that when they first started smoking a cigar would knock them out. And I
Yeah.
think it's the same with bourbons. Your palate starts to get used to those
Mhm.
lower proof, and you need more. It's kind of like the evolution of beer drinkers, right? Oh, I hate IPAs. 5 years later, oh yeah, I'm drinking IPAs now.
Yep.
You know, you just needed more.
No, I haven't graduated to that point. If I ever get there, I'll let
I
you
know
know.
that's because you like sweet stuff. We know that.
I'm a lager and a stout and a porter guy through and through.
He's a
That's-
Leinenkugel guy.
Yeah, he sure is.
I do like my.
He's on
yeah,
his second barrel of it downstairs.
I am. Well, okay, they're sixth in my
He
defense.
drinks Leinenkugel and
Whatever.
honeydews and excuse me, high seas.
I'm sorry if I'm working out in the yard in the middle of summer. I don't want to be downing Guinness. So I'm
Okay,
gonna
I live
something a
2
little
yards
lighter.
from this guy. He gets somebody to come mow his lawn. He's not working out in the yard.
All right, that's also a fair statement. I hate
He also does
Roasted.
his own lemonade
Yeah.
stands outside too.
Yeah, this guy. Oh, working out in the yard. Yeah, okay.
Some men take great prides in their lawn. I look at it as something just continually regrows, and I want to replace it with AstroTurf. So that's where I am in life.
He means if I'm sitting in my really hot recording studio editing podcasts, I need a nice, refreshing summer shandy.
There you go.
All right, so we're through the first 5 here.
We
Rank
are.
I
them
think we have
as
to
you
go fill
will.
up, right?
Yeah, we're going to fill up the next.
Anybody want to give
Five.
a roundup of kind of where
No,
they
no,
are?
no,
This
no,
one?
no.
No.
Keep them quiet.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, Matt's the one who's spilling the beans left and right, but
You can
Tarn.
just ask AI to rate yours for you. Then
Yeah,
you don't
there
have
you
to
go.
cheat off of our papers.
So since we passed 5 and I have this drop, I'm using it.
Drinking spree.
So
there.
I will never get tired of the Jeff Steitzer sound effects. And we're back with the second half here. Thanks again to Cody's for some phenomenal cheesesteaks, which we scarfed
Ooh,
down
oh
in
my God.
between here to
Insane.
try to cushion all the bourbon. The one I had was cheese steak and bun, and it was absolutely delicious.
Yeah, really good.
Wow, what a description.
Yeah.
It was
Cheese
outstanding.
steak
Cheesesteak and bun.
bun.
Thank you, Matt, for that.
Hold on a
Did
minute.
AI write
The
that for
ribeye.
you?
The
Cooper
food
Sharp,
critic, the food
incredible
critic
buns.
Matt Welser.
Yeah.
So Cody Sweets and Eats, Nazareth, Pennsylvania. Come get some. They also make beef tallow fries that are rumored to be very, very good.
I'm going to have to try some of those.
Yeah.
Okay, number 6 on the list is the Clover Single Barrel,
Okay.
coming in at $45.85 here in Pennsylvania.
So-
It's very specific.
What do you want, a half
some
of
penny,
a
some
price?
penny pinchers.
Yeah, right?
So the Clover single barrel comes in at 92 proof. It is listed as a straight bourbon whiskey, and it has a embossment on the bottle that says the Bobby Jones Collection. So anyone who is a golf fan will know of Bobby Jones. And a little bit about the Clover. It says right here, the Bobby Jones Collection sustains the legacy of golf's greatest gentleman and champion, who was said to enjoy 3 fingers of the finest local whiskey after each competition. Crafted of exclusively single-barrel expressions, the Clover refers to the 4-leaf medallion Bobby's mother gave him for good fortune. So let's tuck into this 92 proof, 46% ABV, single-barrel bourbon.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
So the next up is the Happy Gilmore Reserve. Oh, vanilla on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice.
Vanilla and cinnamon, taste wise.
Yeah, she's got a punch to her.
Yeah, but I mean, even 92 proof
Yeah.
is not super high.
No.
It's not very hot. It's got a nice smoothness. It's got some
It is very smooth.
Yeah.
It's got some lingering notes, but yeah, vanilla big time
Mhm.
right up front. Those baking spices that you were talking about,
Yeah.
probably more than cinnamon too. A little bit of
Nutmeg-
nutmeg as
nutmeg,
well.
That's a fantastic sipper, though.
Yeah, that's really good.
Shall we move on to number 7?
Yes, sir.
Hold on, I got to put this in my ranking, but then yes.
Is the next one the budget bourbon?
We are up to the Evan Williams Bottled in Bond, coming in at $21.99.
Yep, and it's currently on sale for like $19.99 in the state store, so you can find this for a $7.50 for under $20, which is wild.
Now, we do have this as our potential 10.
I
I'm just going to throw that
That's
out
true, though.
there.
We'll
We'll
see.
see how this
will
goes.
take that back already because I've tasted it before and I've tasted 5, 6 other bourbons already, and I can tell you that it's at least above a couple of them, in my opinion.
Got a little honey on the nose.
So, Evan Williams, Bottled in Bond. This is their white label. If you watch like whiskey channels and things like that on YouTube, this is kind of a lot of people's dark horse. This is their daily driver. This is one that I keep in my house for making cocktails with. I like 100 proof whiskeys for cocktails because, like we were talking about with rye before, sometimes bourbon tends to be soft and kind of disappears in cocktails. 100 proof stands up in a cocktail. This is the second largest selling Kentucky straight bourbon. Let's talk a little bit about Bottled in Bond. Bottled in Bond is aged for 4 years under U.S. government supervision to meet the exacting standards for Bottled in Bond. First enacted by Congress in 1897 and is still on the books today, Bottled in Bond Act guarantees quality and assures consumers the product is bottled at exactly 100 proof. The product is of one distilling season at one distillery and is aged for at least 4 years. It has to be clearly labeled with the name of the distillery who made it and distilled spirits plant DSP number in which it was made and bottled. So essentially that came about because what did I say, 1897? It was really hard to know what was in your bottle of whiskey. A lot of people were making whiskey, aging it for a couple of months in oak, and then adding things.
Adding caramel.
Adding caramel coloring, but probably not even that back then. Things that were grosser, like tobacco and leather. Anything that they could get some color into the bourbon with, they would do that to give you the impression that it's been aged for a long time, and then other things to flavor it.
Throw
right?
Grandpa's belt in there. Let's see if it turns brown.
I mean, there are stories of like tobacco spit and stuff being used.
Oh, sure.
And there was no real quality control. So this was the government's way to say, if you pick up a bottle that's got the stamp that says Bottled in Bond, you're going to know at least these 4 or 5 things about it. You're getting 100 proof. You're getting it aged this amount of time. It's coming from one distillery. It doesn't necessarily mean this is a better bourbon than other bourbons, but it means you're getting what you think you're getting.
Does this work in this case?
Science.
Yeah,
Kind of
it's sort of
shoehorning a
sciencey.
sound effect
I
in
think
there.
so. Yeah, we're good.
I do not enjoy that one. I'm going to throw that one out there. As Chris was looking at my funny face across the table.
For me, the initial taste was a little bit overpowering, but I think it was decent. I'll give it that.
Overpowering taste of what?
Wood. I'm going with wood. There was a woody taste.
Overpowering taste of what? All right.
Plank
Did not dislike
flooring.
that. I had that ranked actually above other ones as well. So
Yeah. There's a
surprisingly,
lot of flavor there.
yeah.
It is, yeah.
And yes, it's higher in proof than what we've had so
Sure.
far, but
It hits the nose. This is the first one that hits my nose.
Mhm.
And I know that's like going to happen more and more as we
For
keep
sure.
going up in ABV. So
I don't think it's unpleasant at all.
No,
it's-
and I for sure have it above.
I think
At
if we did
least a
that, if
couple.
we did that with some blind taste testings, I think that would surprisingly be ranked up there with some too.
Mm-hmm.
There again, that's why I think we lost out a little bit on not doing this blind. But
I'm going to put this. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going to put it, but it's
and that will take us to 8. An oct for our German friends. This is the bacons. This is the bacons. It's the bacon.
Literally, we've corrected you 20 times on the pronunciation. Go ahead.
I know. I mean, look how I have it written. It's not even English. So this is the Baker's 7 single barrel, which if you go back to one of our previous episodes, this did appear in that listing as well. And I'm interested to see where this stacks up, and maybe I'll go back and do a comparison, see where it landed in that one.
The Baker's Kentucky Straight Single Barrel Bourbon comes in at 107 proof. When I picked this up, it had like a description on the back of it registering the serial number. Brewed on James Beam Distilling, so I registered the serial number. And it was barreled and aged on the 5th floor, rack 36, and it was filled in December 2016. And the barrel was emptied on February 2024. And so therefore, the bottle's aged about 7 years and 2 months.
I love that technology is starting to like bleed into this industry
That's
so
true, yeah.
much. Because like it's easy to keep track of all of that
It is.
inventory information now.
Yeah.
And you can get really hyper specific now because there's some like craziness going on with like trying to rapid age whiskey now. And so like for them to be able to say like 100% this was barreled at this date and was emptied at this date.
Rack 36.
We were
like,
in
all
this
honesty,
rack.
who cares? Like about
but
that
like,
past
but
it is super cool.
Maybe
though.
you're an insane person and be
sure.
like, I only like stuff on rack 1. If it's too high up in the racks, it just
I hope I
loses
never
its
share a drink
flavor.
with somebody
you
like
know?
that.
Like, that's crazy.
Listen,
It's
there
very
are
too specific.
There are people
there
out
are
there.
people like that. Yeah, for
Must
sure.
be rack 1, position 3.
So again, this is Baker's Kentucky Straight Single Barrel.
Favorable nose for me. I like this a lot.
Yeah, 107 proof here.
Well, I like that.
Really toasty on the nose.
That is much easier to
Toasted
sip.
marshmallow.
I was trying to think of what that's exactly what I was
I
thinking.
got
of.
like toasted marshmallow in there.
Much easier to sip.
Yeah, like a subtle s'mores kind of thing almost too. Like graham cracker.
You think that's much easier to sip?
Oh, I think that's much easier to
Yeah.
sip than 7 was. Absolutely.
I do too.
I think you guys are allowing the price to get into your brains. I mean, I'm not saying that this isn't a
I
better
don't
whiskey,
know about that.
but I think if I blind tasted you on both of these and didn't tell you the price, I don't think you would say one was much easier to sip than
Oh,
the other.
I felt like the Evan
Yeah,
Williams had a
with
nasty
confidence,
bite on
I
the
think I
front
get
end.
that one.
I'm not saying that one's not better than the other, but
No,
I don't
sure.
think they're that far apart.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're
In like ease of sipping.
Yeah. And I'm being very hard on myself and putting down numbers, like only using the same number once.
Mhm.
1 to 10.
Okay.
So
I was putting mine in order, like how I think they all stack up.
Yeah, I'm
against-
just plugging them in where I think they go.
What you're saying, Chris, is you will give it a number, but you're not going to move it once it's in that position. Okay.
That's crazy. You're doing
all
the
right.
blind ranking.
That's good. I wish I
All right.
did that in the beginning too.
it's the marching arts competitive judge in me.
Oh my gosh. But are you giving them scores or are you just ranking them?
I'm essentially ranking. I'm giving a number 1 through 10 because we have 10.
So if the second one you ranked you thought was going to be number 2, you would have gave it 2 and then it couldn't possibly move?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's not a marching arts way of doing it.
Yeah, it
The
is.
last one could still jump. Like if you thought
Can't
the-
reuse numbers in marching arts. Once you put a number down, you can't
So
put it down
Chris's
again.
are
yeah, but they're
ranked.
scored, so you still have room always to score
I know.
better.
Yeah, I should have gone to 20. Honestly,
You know?
so I had room, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
So Chris's are ranked 9, 9.12, 9.175.
Yeah.
There's no points here.
Oh.
There's no decimals.
This is a wild ranking system now.
He's very specific.
We should have discussed how we were ranking these before.
Mine will be in order by the end.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how this develops.
Oh, yeah. I do think this is very nice.
I enjoy this one.
Are we allowed to do comparisons too at the end?
Like, go back?
Yeah, go back.
Sure, why not?
Oh, why not? We have 10 bottles of bourbon, so
There's
whatever.
no rules
Yeah,
here.
there you
Chris
go.
has predetermined which one is his favorite already.
Yeah.
No.
He already put the number 1 down.
It literally meant that I wasn't going to put 1 or 10 down for like the first 2 because I'm not going to be that bold.
Yeah, sucks.
Okay. All right.
Sucks to be those, then.
double char and noble, but
Double Char Noble. Didn't that happen in Russia?
no.
Oh, the silence was killer there. I
Wow.
can't
I
believe
let
you
it-
broke the silence.
I let
Did
it
you see
hit.
the eyes too? He's like, I'm going to
Yikes,
kill
that
him.
was
All right.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
there
that's
it
a
is.
new one.
Boy, oh boy.
That joke
I think play
fell.
some Rocky themes. He's going to punch you in
Dad
the
jokes
face.
at their
Wow.
worst.
Wow.
All right, we moving on.
Number 9 is the Maker's Mark Private Collection.
So this one's a little interesting. I got this from
That's good or bad?
a vendor of mine. I will keep it nameless, but I work in technology, and so one of our vendors did an anniversary thing with Maker's Mark where they get to select their own mash bill, essentially. I'll read the little pamphlet that they have on the bottle here. They call it the process. So our private selection program is the one and only time we hand over the keys and let fellow bourbon lovers craft their own taste visions for Maker's Mark. The one-of-a-kind experience begins with selecting a bespoke combination of 10 virgin oak finishing staves from among 5 choices. So they have their Baked American Pure, Cuvée, thank you, Maker's Mark 46, Mendiant, and Spice. So each stave accentuates different naturally occurring notes in our bourbon. The folks who operate this are very established, personally selecting this combination of staves to create their own customized taste profile. So there's 1,001 different possible combinations that
Jeez.
someone
Jesus.
could do when they're selecting this.
So it's not the mash bill, though, right? They're
Sorry,
not changing the mash bill.
Not the mash bill.
Okay.
It's the stave.
It's
Sorry.
the finishing.
Yes. Basically, to boil down all of that fancy talk, if you want to do this, you pay a lot of money and you go down to Maker's Mark and you try all of this stuff, and then you get to play chemist and mix it all together and make your own barrel of bourbon. So this particular blend is 3 parts baked American pure, 2 parts seared French cuvée, 1 part Maker's Mark 46, 4 parts roasted French mendiant. There's also the toasted French spice, but there's 0 parts of that. So apparently the
like
people
a
who
touch
did
of
this
it.
didn't like that. Really interesting, super unique. None of us will never taste this particular thing again.
So
You
they
can't
make
get
this
it again.
like a barrel specific to somebody's.
Yeah.
What they choose.
Yeah.
Or oh wow, that's incredible.
So I'm sure they paid a ton of money to do this, but it was a special promotion for an anniversary. So the company decided to do this, and then they handed out bottles to some of their customers, and I was lucky enough to snag a bottle.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, Chris, here's my tongue-in-cheek salute to your vendor.
We don't use this anymore, man.
Is this bad joke number 2?
Yes.
Okay,
Terrible.
Matt, you got to stop on your head.
My goodness gracious.
Stop while you're ahead.
Was he ahead?
I don't think he was ever ahead.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Had to get the full dial-up sound. there.
What's it called when you stop while you're behind?
Losing.
yeah,
All
there
right.
it is.
Sorry, Matt.
You lose.
I think the
That's a new one he should have.
the Gen Z alphas call that taking the L.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Nice, soft on the nose. What's the proof on this, Chris?
110.
110. No.
Okay.
110.2.
Ooh,
yeah,
yeah,
point-
excuse me.
Get that point 2
All
in there.
I know.
Sorry.
Jeez
Shit, you got to be
Louise.
specific.
Be right.
And for anybody wondering, the bottles are still hand dipped. So they still bottle it in their regular process through the line, and they are still hand dipped.
That's fantastic.
Right?
That is
That's
excellent.
got
Yeah.
so much flavor.
We kind of, I'm not going to peek behind the curtains here. We kind of wasted this a little bit. So like we opened it and we drank it a little quick.
Uh-huh.
And then we started mixing it in cocktails
Oh,
because we were
God.
like, whatever. And then halfway through the bottle, I was like, where did the bottle go?
Yeah, well, it was free to you, right?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
This is a very complex flavor, but it's incredible.
Yeah,
I
I mean-
can't really figure this out yet. Like, I take a little bit of oak.
A little cinnamon up
Yeah,
front.
definitely cinnamon.
Vanilla. Spicy. Like holiday vibes. Good. Definitely good.
Yeah, that's damn good.
It opens up as you drink it. Like there's layers on that one for sure.
That is taking over a new ranking in mine.
Yeah.
Everything's falling in line for me.
Chris's evil plan is coming together.
You psycho.
Except now this last one gets whatever spot is left, right?
Yep.
Brutal.
I'm confident.
You better
I'm-
hope
I'm
it
actually
doesn't
not.
suck.
Or am I hoping for it to suck?
Oh, yeah, who knows?
I'm having a hard time picking a spot for it.
I'm
but I
actually going
think
to
I've
pour the
settled.
last remaining into my glass, so don't
Yeah,
judge
get
me.
those last drips.
Yeah.
I can't believe. So
You
for
mixed
the
it.
listeners at home, I brought the perfect amount.
Yeah,
you did.
exactly.
Honestly,
the
God, I
amount we
poured
were-
3
Yep.
drips of that.
I thought it was gone. And then, like 3 days ago, Siobhan's like, oh no, there's a little bit left in the bottle. You can bring it along. And I was like, I don't even know if that's enough for us to taste, but it was perfect.
Yep, we were doing half-ounce pours, and he had 2 ounces exactly to the milliliter or whatever is smaller than that.
We're being moderately
I think that
responsible.
0.2% is going to get me in the end. You know, I really.
Okay. Before that happens, last one is the Brothers Bond, and this is cask strength. Lord help us all. By the way, the price for Chris is listed as ? Also known as free.
Free 99.
If you have a wealthy friend who likes to spend money on bourbon,
Exactly.
that's how you get one of those. The Brothers Bond here is listed as $77.85. So again, very specific in the pricing.
What all depends on where you live in Pennsylvania.
MSRP,
You know, it
my
does.
friend.
Listen,
yeah,
man.
it does.
It's
That
just-
85 cents can make or break you.
All right, so Brothers Bond, I'm going to read it right off the bottle here. It says, distilled and crafted in the tradition of all great bourbon. Brothers Bond straight bourbon whiskey, original cask strength, bottled straight from the cask at 57.55% alcohol or 115.1 proof. This is bottle number 06018, and it says it is the Founder's limited release. They say they use 70 hand-selected barrels, blended together, and then bottled at cask proof of 115.1. They say this is a bold and sophisticated bourbon on the palate with a long and lingering finish, which I imagine it will be long and lingering at 115 proof. So this will round out our 10 for the day, and we will go from here and see who liked what.
Do we have to let it linger?
Darker in color.
I smell alcohol.
Yeah, but it's not as like overwhelming on the nose for the proof level.
That's true.
Which the maker's mark was the same. It didn't burn my nose.
Yeah.
Both of these. For
The
the
Evan
proof.
Williams just opened up my sinuses. Like I took a sip of it and I was like, I can breathe now. I was like,
Yeah, that doesn't hit as hard as I thought it would.
No.
no.
There's some heat that goes through the nose right away.
Yep.
But
On the back end,
the
it gets some, I
alcohol
guess, some
burn,
hit too.
the alcohol burn just comes off quick. A lot of like caramel and toffee in that one.
Yeah, I don't get a lot more than just a caramel.
Yeah, like a burnt sugar, caramelized
Yeah.
sugar,
Yeah.
kind of. It's not super complex. No,
I was anticipating more, honestly. It's
Yeah.
good. It's definitely good. Don't
I
get me
could see
wrong.
mixing this because of the high proof, but it's lacking in the complexity, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
It is strong.
Yeah, it is strong. Was
is
it
strong.
115?
115.1. Yep. Matt's typing into his phone. Where do I rank Brothers Bond bourbon?
No, I think I have my ranking set.
Yeah, I don't get a lot from this, but that almost works in its favor for me. You know, it feels alcoholic, got that caramel.
Yeah, I think it's pretty solid.
I agree.
Yeah, it
I would
is.
love to try this in a cocktail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a bourbon forward cocktail, not
Yeah, like a bourbon
Yes.
Not a
smash
black-
or
no, I was going to say not a blackberry smash or something
Oh.
like that. More like an old fashioned.
Oh,
where,
okay. Yeah.
where you're only putting a couple
Yeah.
where
ingredients
you
in.
want the
Right.
alcohol forward.
Yeah, I would go less of the ingredients. I mean, you could because you'd still get the alcohol through there and in some of the other ones, but
Like an old fashioned with a toasted marshmallow or something. This would be freaking incredible.
Oh, yeah. It'd also be able to start
with
an
some
Indy
chocolate
car.
bitters would go nice with the
What'd you say?
toffee and
It
caramel.
would be able to start an Indy car also.
Ooh, it burned. I just took a big sip
Mhm.
Yeah.
foolishly, and it's got a burn to it.
Yeah, it's a sipper, not a pounder for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go around the table here. I'm going to read off the bourbons. I'm going to keep some track of the scores here. If you if you ranked your bourbon 1, that will be worth 10 points. 1 is in your favorite. All the way down to your 10th ranked bourbon, that will only be worth 1 point.
But let's start. You're gonna go in that
I'm
order.
going to go in the order that we tasted
Got
it,
it.
everyone will tell me
Okay.
their ranking for that.
All right.
And then we'll get scores. Each one will have a score. Obviously, the highest score would be if all 4 of us pick the same as their top. That could score 40,
yeah.
and we'll then say
Okay.
we'll do some math, and then we'll see
talking about
where
numbers.
we are.
That was but honestly, God, tasting all those, it was really very minor differences between them all, but the tasting differences, but they're very clear.
The same thing we had happen last time
Yeah.
is bourbon is so minutely different.
It really is. But you can only
And you
taste it, in
can-
my opinion, when we're tasting multiples of them.
You will hit something that you really like, and you know that you really like it. But then from there, other stuff is just like all about the same.
Let's get into it here. The rankings. I'm just going to go around the table as I keep track of these. Matt, can you give me where did you place Bib and Tucker Double Char?
4th.
4th for you, Andy.
3.
3rd, like your 3rd favorite,
Yes.
and that was your 4th favorite.
Yes.
Okay.
Is there some judgment behind those
No,
questions?
no,
I think
no.
I'm
I wanna make
slightly
sure-
judged.
No,
we're
I want
doing
to
it
make
the same
sure
way.
because Chris said he did them backwards.
I got you.
So-
no,
No, I'm converting for you. It's
Chris,
fine.
where do you
Ten-
have it?
10th place.
10th place.
That's your least
Okay.
favorite.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
like it.
That's okay.
And I have it in 9th place. So
So far, we're not doing pretty good here.
I listen.
Hey, it's all good.
Different
Everybody's
strokes
palate- yeah,
for
exactly.
different folks.
Everybody's
All
palate's
right.
different.
I don't think we're
That's what
all
she
going to be
said.
that far off on the next one. Where do you have, Matt? Noble Bourbon,
I have that in 9th.
9th place.
10th.
Andy has it in 10th. Chris?
8.
8. And I have it in 9th. No, I have it in 10th place. Yeah, so like I said, I thought we were going to be pretty similar on that. All right.
Okay.
Next up, we have Buffalo Trace. Matt?
6th.
6th place.
I have it at 6 too.
6th place.
4th for me.
4th for Chris. And I have it in 7th. Buffalo Trace fans are going to not be happy with me.
Yeah.
Elmer T. Lee. Matt, where do you have it?
Second.
Second. Oh, I have a feeling I know what jumped it for you.
I have that at number 1.
Andy has it at number 1.
right.
Chris?
Third.
Third. I have it in 5th.
Fifth.
Sorry.
Hey, I know.
I return
It's
your
hard on you to
judgment
judge
from
each other.
earlier.
It's hard on you to judge each other. though.
Return
It's
your
like-
judgment from
it's
earlier.
the worst.
All right, now we have Weller 12,
Fifth.
5th place.
Oh,
Andy?
this is 7th.
7th place.
Fifth for me.
Chris, 5th.
Now the Buffalo Trace people are pissed.
I've got it in 3rd. I've got it in 3rd. I thought
Okay.
it was very good. Next, we tasted the clover. Matt?
That would be 8th.
8th.
I have that at 4.
4th.
I have fourth as well.
And I also have 4th.
Yeah,
Matt, you suck.
that didn't do it for me. I'm sorry. That one just didn't do it for me.
Then we have Evan Williams, Bottled in Bond. Matt?
10th.
Yep. Saw that coming.
I have it at
Andy?
9th, but if that was, that was stacked up against very good bourbons. I was surprised by that. It's a 9th.
Fair enough.
9 for
Chris,
me.
9. And I had it at 8th. So pretty solid across the board on that. Pretty similar. What do we taste next? Baker's 7-year. Matt?
First place.
First
Whoa.
place for the Baker.
Yep.
I have it at 5th.
5th. Chris?
First.
First.
Oh,
And I had it in 2nd.
oof.
That's pretty high.
That is high.
That's up there.
Okay. Next, we tasted the Maker's Mark Private Reserve.
Third.
Matt with a 3rd place.
2nd.
2nd place.
Third.
3rd place. And I had that as my number 1. I really liked that.
And you will never have it.
I know.
Again.
I'll never have it again. Chris, do you have any friends that have other bottles of that laying around?
It's
As
possible
soon
my
as you
boss
said
still
you
has
poured
it.
that into drinks, I was cringing. I was like, you moron. Are you serious? But you didn't know, man. Whatever.
All right.
Sorry.
Lastly, we have the
Sorry.
Brothers Bond. Matt,
The Brothers Bond I have in 7th.
7th place. Andy,
8th.
7th, 8th.
7th.
And I had it in 6th. All right. So
very consistent.
give me a
We
moment.
really were. It wasn't
Yeah,
bad.
pretty consistent.
Give me a moment to do some mathing.
Math.
E equals MC Hammer.
We talking about numbers.
All right. So I'm back after doing math, multiple maths. I did a lot of maths here, as they say.
Your
Not
degree's in
here.
mathematics, right?
Nope. It's in culinary arts, which involves math.
Yeah, true.
I can do conversions pretty quick. So the way I did it was if you ranked it first, that was 10 points. If you ranked it 10th, that was 1 point. I added them all up, and we have our rankings with a big tie. So in 10th place was the Noble Bourbon. I don't think anyone's surprised by that, with 7 points only. Again, we had a 10th, a 9th, and an 8th. In
Sorry, Noble.
9th place, a 10th, a 9th, and an 8th, with 8 total points. So only one more point was the Evan Williams. In 8th place, with double the amount of points, so all the way up to 16, was the Brothers Bond.
We have a jump.
Yeah, a big jump. In 7th place, edging out the Brothers Bond by 2 points with 18 points, was the Bib and Tucker. 6th place, we had Buffalo Trace. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised by
Yeah.
that. 6th place, Buffalo Trace with 21 points total. In 5th, we had the Clover. There was 1 8th place ranking and 3 4th place rankings on that. So they had 24 points.
Boy,
In 4th, we go to the Weller, the 12-year, with 26 points.
where did we think that one was going to be?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. You should look at these.
We thought that one would be second. That was the group's opinion on that one. So it
All
actually
right.
landed 4th.
In 3rd place, with 33 points, was the Elmer T. Lee.
And we thought that one would come in first.
And in a big tie for first place with 35 points each is the Baker's 7 and the Maker's Mark Private.
Wow.
So we can't even have a taste off to break the tie. In my opinion, I think this would be how they do college football playoffs and things like that, or Heisman's.
Yeah.
The one that has more first place votes was the Bakers. That had 2 first place votes, and the Maker's Mark only had 1. So
All right.
I would be inclined to give the Bakers the win there, but I'll leave that up to the group.
I think that's fair.
I think of a celebratory, too. We all drink another pour of the Bakers, too, just to cheers.
Yeah, perfect.
Just a note of interest because of it being the Bakers.
Yep.
The last time we had this, it made it to the final.
Wow.
I remember
there you
that.
go.
When was that?
And it was the winner
Really?
last
No
time.
way.
Okay. And I want to point out that 2 of us weren't there for that. And I would also nominate this for the nicest bottle of
That's
the day.
true, yeah.
I
Nice
like the look
bottle.
of this bottle the best. Maker's is classic with the wax dip and things like that, but I just think this is a very cool bottle with the metal top. Metal top is stamped.
Baker's comes back for a repeat
Yeah.
performance.
Wow.
And it was cool too to look up the
Yeah.
serial code online and see the whole process of the distillation and everything like that.
I'm
too.
pretty
Nice.
sure last time we did rankings out of 25 because
That
there
sounds about right.
were 4 of us, so that would equal 100. And so the Baker scored a 72 in the opening round, which moved it on to the second round.
Finals. Wow. So for the Bakers,
Stellar Sip.
Matt, where's your number 8 cup?
it is in here. It was empty.
That's Baker's.
Give it to me. I'm going to pour you some more. We're having a celebratory repeat champion,
I'm taking that home tonight and I'm drinking that guy.
2-time champion.
Actually, never mind. It's
All
110 proof. so
Baker
never mind.
7. Yeah, how much of this guy were you planning on drinking tonight?
That was very good. Andy, thank you for bringing. All of you, thank you for bringing.
No, everybody. That was awesome.
Absolutely.
Well done, everyone.
Well, we have drank a lot of bourbon. This room is about 10,000 degrees, so we're all sweating to death right now. I want to thank you all for listening. We're going to finish our Baker 7 here and enjoy the rest of our afternoon. Cheers.
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 This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
The boozy quote for this episode comes from Indian writer Ashwin Sanghi, who said, "While I can't walk on water, I can certainly wobble on whiskey." Would you like to suggest something for us to drink? Give us some feedback or have your brand featured on Matt and Friends Drink the Universe? We would love to hear from all of our listeners. Please check our episode descriptions down below for links to send us a text, support the podcast, and visit our merch store. To keep up with our latest news or share your stellar sips with us, please like and follow Matt and Friends DTU on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, and Reddit. For more information about the podcast and links to all of our episodes, please visit www.mattandfriendsdtu.com. That's mattandfriendsdtu.com. Cheers, friends.